How you doing, aficionados? This is Kris Basso coming back at you from www.tobaccoworldcigars.com. Well, I know it's been quite a while. I think the last time we did our last video was sometime in 2007. Here we are in 2008. It's the, I believe, the 11th day of March. And I want to apologize for not getting my videos out more rapidly, for not doing something a little bit sooner. Just a lot going on over here. I had a lot going on personally in my life that I've been taking care of. You know, a couple things in the way, but knock one of them down and I'm moving forward. But in the meantime, we've been getting a lot of written requests, a lot of phone calls, people asking if everything's all right. I want to let you know I'm fine. Business is fantastic. I just haven't really had the time to sit down and get a video lined out. More importantly, coming up with content and stuff that I want to talk about. I just really haven't felt up to getting anything done right away, and I truly apologize for that. And before I get started on my recommendation, which will be my first one of the year, I want to take a couple of shout outs. Number one, most importantly, we had here on February 9th a group of people that I gotta believe you all are familiar with. If you're a cigar lover, you'll know who they are. These guys put out the top 25 cigar list. They're known better as clubstogie.com, www.clubstogie.com. It's a free service, free site. I highly recommend your video watchers out there, if you're real cigar lovers, go visit the site. You are about to meet a group of people that are literally, I mean, they're right up my alley. The craziest group of cigar lovers you'll ever meet. We hosted here at Tobacco World on February 9th the 3rd annual Mega Herf for Club Stogie. I had Club Stogie members coming in from all over the country, and besides all over the country, all over the world. I had people in from I believe Australia. I had people in from London. I mean, it was magnificent to see the turnout of people here. We had a party. We roasted a pig in the back. We had an open bar. It was magnificent. But in any case, I want to give a shout out to the guy who put it all together for Club Stogie, known as Blueface Carlos. I want to thank you again. There's so many people, Dave and Maiden Dade and Patrick, Mr. Maduro, who yesterday I sent you out some Ligero leaf that you could frame for yourself. I sent you out an Extreme Humidor. You guys have been fantastic. It was my pleasure, and I truly feel blessed to have a group of guys like you hanging out in my shop. It was wonderful for the store. It was wonderful for business. It was just wonderful to have you guys here and to be educated as well. You can always learn a little bit more when you're around guys who know a lot about cigars. It's fantastic. So if you get a chance, visit www.clubstogie.com. The other person I want to do a shout out to is somebody who I promised I was going to, and that is Nicholas Perdomo. On January 24th here at Tobacco World, Nick, when he comes rolling into town and he makes the appearance and he brings a roller with him and he brings his crew of people, they're just such a class act. I mean, the guy's just first class. We had a wonderful day, a wonderful event here, and I wanted to talk about that event a lot sooner, but something that I chose to do and just seems perfect for the type of time frame or time that we're in right now. You know, without getting into politics, which maybe you'll get me on my next video for, McCain, I want to talk to you about the economy and how how bad things are truly becoming out there. And even you as the cigar smoker, listen, I probably have the most expensive cigar habit on the planet. My day consists of Ashton VSGs, Padron Aniversarios, 1926, 1964s, Brown Label, Reserve Label, Tatuaje, Centurons, 40th anniversaries, 80th anniversaries, Zona del Estes, just never ending in the caliber, the Perdomo de Silvios, San Cristobals, Fuente Opus X. That's my life. Those are my cigars. That's what you come to my store, 9 out of 10 times you'll catch one of those cigars in my mouth. But you want to know what? Times are bad. Things are rough out there. Gas. I just went and filled up my truck yesterday. Is literally at $3.55 a gallon. I mean, we got shit going on here, and in times like this, we have to start thinking more practical and a little bit more frugal to be able to conserve. And one of those ways is the guy who's been walking in buying the box of $20 cigars, I don't see him really walking in as much buying that $20 cigar. Maybe he'll buy 10 of the $20 cigar instead of 25. Or maybe the guy who was smoking the $10 or $15 cigar is now smoking a $7 or $8 cigar. And the guy smoking a $7 or $8 cigar is on the quest looking for, in my opinion, coming to my store, talking to Eber, talking to Mac, talking to Steve, talking to Tommy, talking to my wife, talking to anybody who works here, Jose, all the guys in this store who are educated in cigars, what's hot, what's new, and what's cheap. That's all everybody wants to know. And I'll tell you what, it's a great time for a lot of different cigars to be coming out. You got the Oliva V. I like to give a shout out to that cigar. Wonderful, wonderful $5, $6, $7 cigar on the high side. The Illusiones. There's a lot of moderately priced cigars being made right now that are good. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go a step down for you all there. And I'm going to give you, in my opinion, the home run of little cigars. I did it last year, back in the beginning of the year when I recommended the Brasilia Gold line. Well, I'll tell you what, since my Perdomo event, where we sold a lot of everything, I mean, we sold a shitload of ESVs, we sold a shitload of Perdomo Habano line. I mean, great cigar for the money. You're looking at a $6.50 cigar, literally a 5.5 by 60 ring gauge cigar. I can't keep these champagnes in stock. I mean, I'm just always out of stock on champagne. But something that was brought to my attention, and I'm going to take you down here. This is called Lot 23. And I'll tell you what, Perdomo, Nick himself, who's a guy who loves to do numbers on events. He loves to have big days of business. He loves to come into your store and have the $20,000 day. Nick was talking about this Lot 23 like it was a child of his. And it concerned me because my business really is, and I want to get rid of the expensive stuff. I want to move to the Silvio, which I know is a super premium cigar. But Nick talked about this Lot 23, and he put it in the hands of a lot of guys that came here that were looking for a right price cigar, something they could fall in love with that wasn't too expensive. And I never gave it a chance until I started to see the return business on this cigar. And I had to ask myself, I got a customer, the guy's name is Dave. Dave does a lot of business in the Cayman Islands. He's always bringing in Cuban cigars and telling me what he likes, but he's a big Padron fan. Guy absolutely head over heels thinks Padron is the god to the cigar industry. But when I talk to you about a meticulous creature who knows every aspect of the cigar, and he understands the seeds, the blending, the regions, the so on and so forth, the manufacturing side of it. He'll talk to you about the way it burns, if it's consistent or not. Dave told me, he says, hey Chris, I don't know if you remember, but Nick gave me one of these Lot 23s telling me for the price it's the best cigar out there. And you want to know something? He's right. And I'll tell you what. When Dave told me that, I went inside while he was sitting inside on a chair and I grabbed one of these cigars and I lit one up. And I'll tell you something. Dave is right. So now I'm going to let you guys know. The cigar I'm recommending for the first cigar of the year, which is right up your alley in these times of crisis, with the economy the way it's going, is a beautiful $4 cigar. I mean, you got from $4 on the Robusto size all the way up to the Churchill, which I think is 5 and change, maybe 5 1/4. How the hell can you beat that? And if you go to your local tobacconist and you get your 10% box discount, I mean, you're saving some serious coin. Just a great, great opportunity to get your hands on a cigar that's worth it in flavor and richness. Now, I'm going to get right into the taste notes, and I want to make this short and quick. Taking out something differently, which Eber advised me to do because we always use a straight cutter. On Robustos especially, I love to use a bullet punch or a hole punch. See, this is a little bullet brand that we sell here. And you unscrew it off. And I want to get right up to the counter. Let me know when I'm too close. Okay? And I'm going to show you how this works. You have the wrapper. Comes with a beautiful triple cap to the cigar. And then basically what you want to do is you want to just find a center with your hole punch. And I've never even used this hole punch, and I'm going to do this for you live right now on video. And you just kind of twist and turn, and you let the blade do its own work, okay? And then it brings out a perfect circle to it. Now, I'll tell you something. On a fat cigar, I don't like to use bullet punches, and reason being is you have all these cavities inside the cigar when it's rolled. When you light the cigar, the cavities start to burn smoke and they flow all the way down. And if it's a fat, super fat cigar, they're fighting to get out of a hole that's really, I mean, it's the size of a nail head. And what happens is you'll learn over time as you become an avid smoker that truly does change the flavor of the cigar. You get all that smoke fighting out of that hole. It's hitting your palate in one shot. And basically what you're doing is you're creating a resin buildup towards the back of the cigar. Okay? Which that resin buildup will give you a harsh flavor to the tobacco. And at the same time, you're getting the smoke shooting in, and it's coming in on a streamer line into your palate. Okay? So these are things you need to think about. So on a skinny cigar, you could get away with using it. On a 5x50, I use it all the time. But when you get into that 60 ring gauge cigar, I find that it changes the flavor a lot of the cigar, and I like to straight cut the back off. Okay? But in any case, let's get down to burning this puppy. And I'm going to tell you, speaking about puppies, Rocky is doing real well. Excuse me 1 second. I had to shut off the machine here. Rocky's doing real well. I got, he's up and running, and probably on the next video I'll bring Rocky in. You can take a look at him like nothing's ever happened. And thank you again for a lot of those nice comments and prayers that you were saying for my dog. He means the world to us at home. In any case, let's get back to the cigar. I'm smoking the Lot 23 Robusto Maduro. I can tell you right now, smoking it yesterday, and then saying, you know what, this is a cigar I'm going to recommend. The taste notes immediately that come to mind are chocolate and nuts, because that's really the flavor you get out. And I challenge you to try it. I mean, call me out on it. Tell me if I'm wrong. You're going to get a deep milk chocolate flavor out of the cigar with some rich nut flavor, and it's on the medium side of blend. And I'll tell you what, it burns perfectly all the way down. I mean, right down to the nub. You want to finish it to the nub. In my opinion, it's a perfect 10 of a well-made, well-constructed cigar for the cheap price range that it's in. And I hate to use that. I like to say inexpensive. Nick is onto something here. He really is onto something. He's making cigars right now in the right price range. It's giving you the right taste. And for all you critics out there that say Perdomo cigars don't draw, I lit it right in front of your eyes. Do a hole punch. I inhaled it. Out through the nose, out through the mouth. What a beautiful, beautiful cigar. Couple other things I want to touch base on April 5th. I have the Oliva family coming back here. You'll see Jose Oliva, one of our favorite reps down here in South Florida. His name's Bert Gottfried. He's like a bar stool in this place. Bert's a good friend. We'll be here with the Oliva V. I'm working on making sure that there's a truckload of Oliva V here for customers. I mean, my shelves are empty right now with the Oliva V. So we'll have Bert and Oliva and Jose Oliva here, and we'll do a hell of a bash over here on April 5th. Some other things that are coming up in the future, all kinds of exciting things. I hope to have the Perdomo family here sometime in June. I've been working on that. We're in for a great 2008. And at this time, I want you guys to take me up on this recommendation. Whether you buy it through me, you buy it through your local tobacconist, you buy it anywhere. Love cigars, support smoking. I'll tell you what, support your local tobacconist. Screw this .com business. You know, if the guy's a .com and he owns a retail store, great. If he's just in a .com business, you know, those aren't the places where you get to go and feel and touch and squeeze a cigar. And you know something, like I'm trying to tell a lot of these manufacturers, if you don't start showing support to your retail tobacconist, there will be no .com business. There will be no place where somebody can go and touch a cigar and try it and buy by the singles and then go online and try to horse shop for one cheaper. Okay? Enough with the horse shopping. Cigars are being made inexpensive enough. You're not going to save yourself that much more money. And to be quite honest with you, after they bang you on the shipping, and who the hell knows where they're keeping it stored, because they're not keeping it stored in freaking humidors, what kind of cigar you're coming to getting, it's just not worth it. Go down and support your local tobacco shop. And if the guy's online and you want to go through it that way, do it that way. But let's keep it in the family. This is Kris Basso from www.tobaccoworldcigar.com coming back at you. And remember, guys, I'm going to say this until my last dying breath. I love to smoke. If I could smoke in my sleep, I would. And if I die, and God doesn't allow smoke in heaven, I want a first class ticket to hell. I'll see you next time.